In wartime Ukraine, life unfolds under an armed conflict and the legal regime of martial law, which permits restrictions on certain rights for reasons of security and defense. Alongside the risk of attacks, another reality is visible on the streets of Ukrainian towns and cities: the enforcement of mobilization by state institutions. Ukrainian law establishes a duty to defend the country, and men of conscription age have specific obligations to the armed forces. At the same time, the Constitution guarantees freedom of movement, personal security, and protection from arbitrary detention. Human rights organizations and international monitors regularly note the tension between these guarantees and how mobilization is applied in practice. Across Ukraine, representatives of territorial recruitment centers, bodies responsible for conscription, often referred to by the Ukrainian abbreviation TCC, together with police officers, check documents, issue draft notices, and deliver citizens to recruitment offices. Videos from eyewitnesses and documented incidents show how these interactions can escalate, from roadside checks and sudden stops of vehicles to forced delivery of men to recruitment units. Lawyers and rights advocates describe cases they classify as unlawful detention, improper use of force, and procedural breaches that affect basic civil liberties. For many residents, especially men of mobilization age, ordinary movement around their cities becomes a calculated decision. Trips to work, visits to public institutions, or routine errands may involve the possibility of being stopped, questioned, or taken away for further verification. Under martial law, restrictions on leaving the country and tighter control over internal movement reinforce the perception that familiar spaces are also zones of potential contact with recruitment and law enforcement bodies. This produces a dual pressure on civilians. On one side, the state faces an external military threat and seeks to sustain its defense capability. On the other, citizens encounter practices that, according to legal analyses and public reports, may conflict with constitutional protections and established procedures. On the streets of Ukrainian cities and towns, this contradiction appears in recurring scenes of document checks, rapid detentions, and physical confrontations between civilians and representatives of territorial recruitment centers and the police, recorded on devices and circulated online as part of the public record of the war at home.
Люди, блядь! Пидорасы, блядь! Люди, помогите! Помогите, люди!
Уже не бийте його, відтягуйте його! Відтягуйте його!
Люди, помогите! Люди, помогите! Помогите, люди! Помогите, что стоите!
Ну,